Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Yet another beautiful day lies ahead of our beautiful nation as we continue to develop the country, continue to invest in modern technologies, and continue to improve our prosperity through trade with our neighbors. Folks, there is a lot to accomplish today, so I won't bore you with a prolonged introduction. Just as always, I would like to say that if you've been enjoying this series and you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel and what I do more or less of. Not only do I look at the number of likes and comments, but I do read through all of the comments. So if you have any suggestions, opinions, thoughts, feelings, or perhaps warnings that you would like to share, then don't hesitate to do so down below. I will read them all, and I will respond to them in one way or another, either integrating them to the game or literally replying to them in the comments themselves. But do keep all of that coming. Now, one more thing to mention, since this is the first episode of the new month, I just want to say that if you've been really enjoying this series, then I humbly request that maybe you check out my Patreon. Link to that is in the top right corner of the screen right now under the eye you can see up there. It is also in the description down below, and if you're not a fan of third-party services, then you can instead consider becoming a channel member instead. You can do that by clicking the join button that's right underneath the video, or by following the other link that is in the description down below as well. So links to both Patreon and channel membership can be found in the description down below. Again, it is not an obligation. I try not to mention it too often, but it really does help support the channel. It really does help keep the channel alive and running smoothly, and it particularly helps with these long-running series. So again, just a humble request. Don't feel any pressure or obligation to do so, but you can check them out. Yeah, again, Patreon, eye at the top right corner of the screen, membership, join button down below, and both links in the description down below as well. I also want to mention, actually, on the topic of links that are in the description down below, it's a good idea, if you have Twitter, to follow me on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter and maybe you have Discord, to join our Discord for a variety of reasons. Not only just, as a part of being a part of the community and all that kind of stuff, but also, you may have noticed that our Sunday episode was suspiciously absent this past week. And of course, I want to apologize for that. I tried to get the message out, however I felt was reasonably possible, and that typically means sending out a tweet and, making sure that same update goes to the Discord as well, which is why I segued into mentioning those. Because if you do follow me on Twitter or, you're in our Discord, you will have seen like the notification, the heads up that the episode would be delayed. Now, again, I do apologize for it. It's been quite the weekend. But we're back now, we're back on track, and everything's moving forward just fine. Honestly, saying we're back on track and then implying things are just fine is maybe a dangerous sentence in the context of this game, but we are back on track and things are just fine. We should be on schedule moving forward. But yes, I do apologize for the delay there, but let's not dwell on the past. Let us instead look to the future and everything we hope to accomplish today, because there is, quite seriously, quite a bit that I would like to get done. Now, our population situation, again, stagnant for quite some time. I really hope to see this, bounce back after some of the work we do today, or, over the course of the next couple of sessions. We're going to start the plans today, but, it obviously takes time to actually execute. And it is, of course, tied to this 21 plus situation, I think. The other thing that we should look at is the unemployment situation. I think this is the best it's been in our entire playthrough, outside of, obviously when we have less than 1,000 people living here, that doesn't count. But it's been a very long time, a very, very long time, since we've seen unemployment be so low. I mean, you can see it's wiggled a little bit lower. When I say this, I don't mean this number exactly, 1225 is the lowest it's been. I mean the range that we're in. I mean, if we take a look at last year alone, yeah, you can see how we were previously floating around the 3.5 to 4K area, but now we're, ever since sort of the middle of last year or so, we've been floating around the 1K to 2K area, which is a pretty good job, I would say. That's a huge reduction in unemployment. Now, important to keep in mind, a little bit of unemployment is not a bad thing, because that means you have a reserve pool of workers in the case of an emergency, like if you need a construction project to be done, or if you need, things like that. It's good to have some people available for that without crippling another part of your economy, without crippling a different industry, pulling workers who are already employed at a different place away from that. So I'm pretty happy with all this. This is pretty good. But we should be seeing the solutions to population and whatnot in the next little while. Now, on the topic of solutions to populations, and in reference to the joke I made earlier about warnings in the comments, almost like every other comment last session was telling me not to do the seasons change. Not only is it a huge undertaking from an infrastructure perspective, it's an undertaking to the point where we'd probably have to destroy massive setups over here that we have going on in Veteringrad, etc., just so that we can sneak through heating pipes and things like that, just to make sure every building, literally every building, is being kept warm. And that's not the only problem, if you will. Fields are only harvested once per year with seasons active, which makes sense if you're a monoculture, especially. Which, we are generically growing just, what is the game called again? Grain? Crops? Crops. We just eat corn all day, every day. But yeah, so harvesting only happens once a year, which is a problem for a whole different reason. There was something else as well. There was heat, there was that. Right. The big one. The connection to population. People start dying. People start dying and escaping because they're starving or they're too cold, etc., etc., etc. All this stuff stacks up, and what I gained from the comments here, what I gleaned, I suppose, from the comments here, is that retrofitting the seasons update would destroy this game. Not this game as in workers and resources, but this save of ours. So maybe we leave it for later. Another thing that was mentioned in the comments is that the developer might actually be doing a thing where we'll still have access to seasons, but without the heat stuff. And that way the challenge would only be, with regards to bringing enough food per harvest season, which is, I think a nice baby step towards activating seasons fully, but over a long period of time. So that's something to think about. There was another comment that suggested we establish our nuclear city to be large enough to move everybody over to it, and then sort of retrofit the old cities and bring everybody back out. That's a huge proposition, and I don't know how sustainable that actually is, but the comment did ask for people's thoughts on it. And it came in, sort of pretty late in the day, so to speak, so I thought I'd mention it here and see what people had to say about that as well. That would be a huge undertaking. It scares me. But since when has being scared of something stopped me from trying something in this game, honestly? So y'all let me know what you think about that in the comments down below as well. The other thing to consider as well is last session, I know I talked about establishing the space over here. I'm sorry, last thing I'm going to refer to from the comments here. It was pointed out to me that, apart from this whole climate thing as an update, one of the upcoming updates, potentially the next update, might have tourism integrated into it. So it was suggested that rather than using, the modded Ferris wheels and park benches and all that stuff I was talking about last session, it's been suggested that I hold off until the next update, because it should actually include, official Ferris wheels and things like that actually have an impact on game mechanics, like tourism, like I was saying. And it's possible that after that gets released, the mods might also start integrating that as well. So that's a good heads up as well, so thank you very much for that. We will hold off on this then, see what the next update holds for us. I know we're supposed to be getting a lot more complex, switches. I think I mentioned that previously. It looks like we're going to be getting airports as well, which is super exciting, and I suppose that's one way that tourists can arrive. I imagine people will also arrive from the, they're called customs offices now, I think. But they might change their names to border outposts or something. I imagine people will drive in from outside and maybe take the train as well. I don't know. Now I'm just hypothesizing. But point being, the next update should include tourism, and we should definitely see that as an opportunity for our next challenge as well. We don't know when that update is coming, but it feels like the game has had quarterly updates, so soon is my guess. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit play, let time move forward, and get to work right off the bat. The first order of business here is to actually get our students to start living in these hostels. Now, I was hoping... Look at this. Is this the lineup of cars? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Late night of working over here. Little convoy coming through. But yeah, so I was hoping that people would take the bus over and move to the halls of residence using the bus. But as you all have rightfully pointed out in the comments, that is not what happens when it comes to the halls of residence. We have to manually move these guys over. Now, unfortunately, it won't just be specifically 21 pluses who count as students. So when we go to relocate them, the halls of residence, the hostel, will specifically look for our settings over here, I suppose is the best way to put it. I do want to allow all students to come here, though. I want to make sure that it's easier for students to come to the university here, of course. So let's start moving some of them over right away. 10 without education, please. And you'll see it's not all going to be 21 pluses. Okay, this was maybe a bad example. Sometimes it won't all be 21 pluses. Because sometimes you'll have like a 22-year-old student and things like that as well, I believe. I believe, at least. I might be mistaken here. You know what? Maybe I am. Maybe I miss... I was playing around with some of this stuff between sessions. As I tend to do, I tend to like experiment with stuff. But maybe I misread what was happening there, and it's only 21 pluses. Oh, no, there you go. You saw a couple of clicks there where the 21 pluses didn't get reduced, but people were moved. So yeah, there you go. A couple more. A few more, actually. Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. And let's go ahead and pop you guys over here. Anyone, any more 21 pluses here? Quite a few. It's a silly question to ask. Oh, are there any more 21 pluses living in this building, in this nation, where that's like a serious problem we've been having? You guys are all topped up. Now, the thing is, the students will live here until they have their education, and then they'll move around and stuff, but I'll have to keep on this. See, the thing is, what happens up at Veterinkagrad is because we have these halls of residence within walking distance, the students are automatically moving to the halls. But down over here, they're not in walking distance. So basically, y'all point out in the comments that they will walk to move to a halls of residence, but they will not take a bus. They will not take transit to move to a halls of residence, which is a little unfortunate. Because it breaks my plans ever so slightly, but it isn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We are developing a whole new city over here after all, so you know it's fine. It's fine. Now there are a couple of buses, I believe, that we wanted to. Here they are. There's one. Another one. You still producing? No, you're still making cars. Oh, you know, the other one might be out grabbing some fuel or something. Anyway, what I want to do with this vehicle is I want to get it to... Now, I'll be completely honest. I'm not exactly 100,000% sure what I built this bus for. Maybe it was just the one. I vaguely remember wanting to ship more students and workers over to this area from over here. But having said that, I think what I want to do is focus on moving workers. And the reason why I want to do that is because... the radio station over here is extremely lacking in productivity because it's not got enough workers coming over here. So I would really like to solve that problem. I also want to make sure we're getting more professors and staff down over here. The TV station is doing fine because we've got all these people coming from over here walking over to work. So that's doing fine. So I think we'll use this bus stop over here. So let's go ahead and add this stop over here first to load up on workers. And this stop over here to unload workers. And stop going to the depot. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah. Now, I could specify just... You know, let's actually get rid of... Like, let's not pick up workers with no education at all. Maybe that will increase the ratio of university-educated people coming through here, because we need them to operate not just, not just to be the actors and moderators, but also to operate, to be the professors. Well, actually, medical university, they will be operating at least every once in a while. You can see students are arriving and waiting for professors as well. So hopefully we've got this sorted. Now, not a lot of students being picked up over here, though. Not a lot of students being picked up over here. 27 waiting, eh? Oops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. I'm just trying to figure out... Boy, there's a lot of, like, younger kids. We're picking up students with just a basic education. Where is the other bus that picks people up to go to school? It's gonna be tough to find. Got the passenger line. Do we have another one that picks up students? I don't think so. We'll have to keep it. Honestly, this nation has been getting so big so quickly now that it's become hard to, like, for me at least, at times it's like difficult to remember exactly how a certain segment or section works. Maybe it was here that I wanted another bus to bring more students over. Could have sworn I was making one too. Ah, you know what? I think there it is. Yeah, I think that's it. The reason, by the way, why these buses are over here is because a truck is shipping them down there from up here. You can't specify which vehicles get taken where. Like, it's vehicles get picked up and dropped off generically, so you can't specify buses go here, cars go there, which is kind of funny. There's just this giant bus waiting to be sold at a car by a car salesman. Can you imagine that sales pitch? But yeah, let's go ahead and try this out. Let's go over here. You're gonna pick up only students with a basic education. And you're gonna drop them off over here. Unload students with a basic education, because it's all about university education, right? Done there. Let's go. All right, that should do the trick there. Another thing that was pointed out, by the way, is that parking lots should have a limit to how many people are able to use them, or rather how full they can be at any given time. It's really rather cool to see the parking lots this full, actually. However, I don't see that as an option. The warning was basically that, you know, if a parking lot is full, it no longer counts as a place that people can go to, because, again, cars travel from one parking lot to another. But I don't see a fill capacity limit. I only see like this, like these settings for who's allowed to own a car. But I don't see any limit to any of these buildings as to how many people can actually park in them. Oh, look at this. This one's got a lot of cars. This one's got a lot of cars. Residential parking place reservation versus unreserved parking. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I also wonder, one thing I want to check is, okay, prefer younger. If I flip this, oh, interesting. So what I could do, oh, very interesting. Okay. So what I could do then is make it so that only people with university education are able to park over here. Well, that sounds really weird to even suggest as a system. But that way, anybody who drives here will definitely be able to work as an actor or moderator over here. Okay, that makes sense. So let's see. If I go ahead and say prefer university education, right? We should be able to see prefer younger, prefer high. Okay, we should be able to see people coming here to work as staff as well by driving over here. We'll see how that works out. Okay, these guys are, yeah, you see, we're gonna have to stay on top of this from time to time, because we're gonna have to, like, come through and drop workers off. Sorry, not workers, but students, future workers, future builders of the glorious nation. All right, something to think about. What have we looked at? We've looked at the parking lots. We've looked at our vehicle production. Now, in terms of vehicle production, it has been suggested that I consider producing the Mars. I think it was the 305. It's one of the fastest buses in the game. I think that was it 305 or 302? I think it was 305. Definitely something to consider. Another thing that was suggested, actually, this is something I'll consider when the next time we go to build buses. But another thing that was suggested is that we make NATO vehicles to sell, because that makes us more money. That's a very good point. I should definitely look into that. And I'm not 100% settled on what I'm producing right now for the purposes of sale versus local use. I mean, I also want to take a look at maybe getting a license for one of these personal cars that we can actually change the colors on. You know, it'd be nice to have a variety of colors on the streets, potentially. Oh man, there were quite a few suggested cars as well. I believe these were also suggested as valuable for export. Oh, and plus we can adjust the colors as well. I kind of like having just a bunch of red cars driving around and us having the only black car in all the nation. But this is all stuff that I need to, like, think about. I need to mull over. And it isn't, like, urgently making or breaking our current situation, but I just wanted to touch on that because, yeah, like, I have seen your comments. I just wanted to touch on that really quickly. Point being, I'm taking into consideration, yes, exporting Western vehicles, and I'm also taking into consideration, yes, picking up different licenses for cars that drive around locally, and cars more specifically that can actually have their colors changed, just so we can have a bit more variety on the streets. But I don't know, what do y'all think about the all red cars? The nation of all red cars is not too shabby. We could do red and yellow if we can get a car that has that right yellow. That would be nice too. But anyway, with that aside, now that's hitting 90 million rubles. I wonder if I don't want to work on this first. We've been fine here for a while, and this construction is... Oh, this construction is almost done. Missing some steel, but otherwise it's almost done. Yikes, okay, cool. Just wondering about reworking this, and if the space will allow for it. The idea is to make this roundabout a little bit larger so there's more room for vehicles to move around. You know what, we'll come back to this later. I really want to work on Trirov, Kolata, the satellite city over here. Again, Trirov I have name suggestions for that I will be putting down, I think, next session. Kolata, I don't think I got any name suggestions for Kolata itself. So feel free to bring some more of those through. I want to focus on this though. Let's plan a little bit here, and then I also want to work on war stock over here, because how much food do we have? 89, 589, 153. Lots of crops over here that needs to be converted into food. We can actually distribute it and people stop starving. We're doing pretty well for food actually right now. This year as a whole, yeah, wiggling around that 100% mark. Last year, I think we're doing okay for food. It's just a matter of certain specific localities where food is not in surplus. Let's not say it's in a deficit, even though that might be the truth. Hey, what do you know? We have food here. Do we actually? Oh, wow. Hey, we do have food here. And clothes and electronics. Yeah, it's not bad. Meat, though. Meat is lacking. Are we still struggling to produce meat up at Morgrainsky? I guess so. Missing crops, eh? We gotta maintain that crop movement. What's the deal up over here? 37 tons. A good bit of crops up over here. These guys are not struggling at all with producing food. Or meat, I believe. Missing livestock over here. That's because of a lack of workers over here. Oh, I say a lack of workers, but look at that. Look at that. In fact, you know what? Let's, since we're up over here, I know I said I was going to do the expansion right now, but since we're up over here, hope y'all don't mind me getting slightly distracted by upgrading these paths over here. That's a road. Sorry, I meant footpath. Just get these upgraded over here. We know this works. It's been established for so long. Why am I not upgrading these? Why not upgrade these? All right, good stuff, good stuff. Anything else here that needs upgrading? There's a couple of... No, that's a dead end anyway. That's fine. All right, we're good. Turn auto build off before I make a horrendous mistake. We're fine. What's the deal down over here, though? You don't have any crops. It's all about bringing crops across. Partia Cargo Harbor. St. Partia Cargo Harbor. Yeah, okay. 35 tons coming through. Where are you going first? You don't look like you're taking a direct path to the St. Partia Cargo Harbor down over here. You're gonna like loop over and then come down and then drop the crops off? I hope so. We have a fair bit over here. We'll have 114 after that ship comes over. 114 tons. So we do have a fair bit of crops in the area. Okay. Anyway, sorry, sun's back up, so let's stay focused over here, and we'll take a look at that situation shortly. Yeah, it's just okay. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. All right. So, in terms of the expansion over here, we've already planned the hospital and the fire station, which I just realized is not connected by road. Let's fix that, and let's make sure you're not being built. You are not. Okay, good stuff, because I want to plan first. We've got our hospital, we've got our fire station, we've got our post-secondary education that is actually working in full force now, and we have our radio station and TV station both working as well. Fantastic. Why are you opposed to the glorious nation? You should not be. Let's go ahead and continue to improve continue to talk about the nation in a completely honest way over here. Now, educational strength. I wish there were tooltips here or something. See, if I improve educational strength, does it actually, like, what does it do? You can't get a basic education through radio and TV, can you? I mean, can you? That would be cool if we can do that. We could try it. Like, what harm is there in trying it, right? Let's go for... There we go, plus 0.44. A little bit higher here. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Happiness is good. Over here as well, we can get some educational content on TV. I mean, I always enjoyed my Discovery channels and Animal Planets and National Geographics. So, trying to figure out. I mean, I don't know the language well enough, but what would any of those be called in Russian? Yeah, let's go ahead and help the education a bit more over here as well. Again, we are also trying to reduce religious sentiment over here. Hopefully, over time, it'll get the job done. All right, this is okay. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will help. We'll find out. Right? Okay, cool. Now, I'm tempted to actually duplicate a block over from here to make this satellite city. I actually quite like this setup over here we have. It's long and thin, and easily repeated, which is why I'm drawn to it. I'm starting to wonder, though, if we're going to do like a satellite city, do we want to go a little bit shorter over here? Or do we want to add more variety over here, right? And then that's like downtown Uprisinggrad versus uptown, where things are a little bit, more mid-rises and kind of like suburb-esque. It is a thing we could do. Do I need that many workers over here? I don't think so, right? So, I want to think about. You have 368. How many 5,000? We have so many 21 pluses living with their family. See, it's not just about moving them, it's about moving them and keeping them employed as well. How many jobs can we generate in this area? Again, the nuclear city is a whole other thing entirely. Over here, we could send people to do what? I mean, of course, hospitals and fire stations and education services, they're their own form of employment and service. We have pubs and whatnot. Cinema, like keeping themselves happy, but in terms of a new industry to tap into. Is there a new industry to tap into over here? I mean, are these guys all going to drive out and partake in industrial farming? We're going to... Interesting. I'm actually... like, we have a lot of vehicles that we can... there's still, like, trains and ships that we could build. But, obviously, not over here in the middle of a city. Right? Where would I take these people? I could take them down over here. I mean, I could take them anywhere. It's an easy connection to Colada. But I think it'd be nice to have a few smaller buildings out here as well. Just kind of mulling over the aesthetic I want for the city, Like, are we gonna go dense all the way through? I mean, if I look at Toronto, as an example, I wonder if Toronto city planners regret the downtown, midtown, uptown kind of system we've got going on. I imagine to a degree, yes, because like congestion in a space like this is ridiculous. Because everybody lives here, nobody lives here. Do I want to repeat that, or do I want to spread that congestion so everyone's congested everywhere, but less congested across the board rather than densely packed down over here? I don't know. I'm actually not 100% sure. How about this? How about, for now at least, this expansion over here by Colada, on this side of Colada, will be all high-rises. And then if we go beyond the tracks, we'll have our mid-rises and our farmland out over here. Maybe that's the way to go about it. All right. Again, I know I'm doing a lot of talking and explaining, but it's because I've got questions to throw out at you, and I want to hear your thoughts and whatnot. But yeah, I think we'll go with that. So let's go ahead and clone this section over here. Right, and that'll allow us to house, I mean, how many people is this? That's like, they're 500 apiece. It's like 1,500 people, right? 1,500 people will live in one of these blocks. And what we can do is we can duplicate this over and over. Just trying to figure this out. Where am I? Do you not clone the other two? Oh, they're there. Weird. Weird that it's like not showing up sometimes. Look up over here. Why are they? That's really tripping me out. What are you doing, game? Alright, we can start at the bottom, if that makes it easier. So, what we could do is we could have people live close to this, like, main road, if you will, that connects to there. And then on the back side, where right now the school and kindergarten are, we could have the services. So, you know, this strip has a school and a kindergarten. The next strip will have, let's say, a shopping mall and a restaurant. The next strip will have another school and a kindergarten, because we do need more schools. We've learned this. We've learned that our schooling is not up to the task in terms of the population density we've got going on. Alright, so let's try this. If I go ahead and not using auto build, try and flatten things over here. Right? Oh, beautiful. Wow, I think this is the first time the clone tool has, like, just worked for me. You know what? Yeah, I don't mind a bit of a gap over here. Oh, come on. Okay, we're still good. Okay, sure. Let's drop you off over here. No auto build. Yeah, good stuff. Pop you down. And let's go ahead and cancel all this road, because I believe, let me just check over here. It looks like it is a trolley bus road. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is, because it's this middle road piece. Okay, so we got to cancel that. Not a problem, obviously. Cancel this. Cancel all this. Cancel all you. Let's go, let's go. Still road. This is all footpath. Okay, let's go ahead and cancel the footpath as well. Then we're going to have to, like, rework parts of this, obviously. There we go. Back over here. This is... I can identify what kind of road this is. Just as unfinished road. If I hover over it, you can kind of see if it's got... Alright, no, it's not. It's a regular road with streetlights and stuff, so that's fine. Question is, are these guys able to get down here? They will be able to. We connect you, and we go ahead and... I want to see if we can't, like, mirror this. That would make me so happy if we could just, like, make it somewhat symmetrical. I have my doubts, obviously. Partly because... Is this even centered? It's not. It is not. Do I want to change that right now? The road has to come down this way. Try this. Let's try this. I get rid of you all the way through, right? And I go over to modded. Another reason why I want to add more variety of building types and stuff like that is because I've seen many of you ask, like, hey, it'd be cool to have a bit of variety. And I totally agree, by the way. I totally agree. It'd be nice to have, like, a bit of variety. Again, this one houses 552 workers. Like, maybe we just get, like, you know, a couple of these down, you know? You know, I think I like that. I think I like that quite a bit, actually. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, are you actually taller? No, you're the same height, roughly. Just smaller, more square. Fair enough. That works for me. At least it breaks up the shapes a little bit. We got A and H. Alright, so these guys are fairly differently shaped. Sure, we could have some fun here. Let's see. This road comes straight up this way. Actually, are we on the grid right now? We are not. So this road comes straight up this way. That is not straight up. This road comes straight up this way, right? Resisting the connection here because I don't want to sit down and suspend all these right now. And over to our mods here. We get the... This one's a fun building too. Houses 368 workers as well. It won't fit as neatly. Let's start with the square one over here. If we go ahead and pull you about that far back. Okay, pop you down after a little bit of flattening. Pop you down over here. Rotate. And pop you down over here. Power is also a necessity, by the way. Like, these guys have power, these guys have power, but the moment we get past here, we won't have power. Actually, hold on a second. Can I, if I demolish you, could I put you down a little bit closer? Good, I can get right up to there. Try that. Rotate you. I just want to see how symmetrical we can make the space as well. Oh, whoops. That's going to flatten, not place. Flatten a bit. Pop you down over there. That looks straight to me. If I get the footpath out now, can we go straight down? We cannot. Building is in the way. Alright, so that means we do have to go a little bit further out. Done with you. Done with you. Last attempt here. I don't want to, like, be too finicky with this. So let's pop you down over here. That ought to do the trick. Can we get a little bit closer down? Nah, I guess to keep the road straight, we have to be up over here. Okay. Rotate that. Pull you over to, I think, roughly here. I wish I could get, like, an orthographic camera view. You know, like a flat, top-down camera view. That could be, like, precise. That's good enough. That'll do. That'll do. This can come down. This can come down as well. Alright, good stuff. Pull this road right down to here. Road, I say, but sidewalk is what I mean. Pull this right down to here. Connect you there, and connect you. Too sharp of a turn. Right, cancel you by one step. Connect you there. That is not the same thing. That is not the same thing. Doesn't need to be. One last try here. Be down to there. There we go. Beautiful. Much better. And as the sun will rise, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so these guys will have easy access to all the services down over here. They'll be able to walk over there. Let's go ahead and get some more of these. Right, so again, a bit of a different shape over here. Maybe the front-facing building is like that, or do we just repeat this? To kind of enter into this block over here. Get some playgrounds and stuff up front. Ooh, I like that, actually. I do like that. Okay, let's see. I'll pop you down over here. Try and get the road lined up. Pop you down over here. And try to get everything nicely lined up over here. Like so. Alright. I need to check to make sure that our footpath here maybe connects to... Okay, kind of. Because that way these guys can come out, walk down over here, take the sidewalk out. Let's see. Not the neatest thing. Ooh, hello. Okay. Okay. I'm okay. We're good here. Okay, hold on a second. Do this, and then can we... Oh, I think we've got something here. Yeah, alright, okay, alright. Not, not perfect, but as perfect as this game will allow us to get, I think. Cool, okay. And then up front we'll have the playgrounds and stuff I was talking about. I can see very clearly that this isn't perfectly straight. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to rotate this, and I have an idea. So hang in there. Hang right in there. What I want to do over here, I think I want to get the road up over here as well, though. I think it's probably a good idea to make sure we have a connection back here, too. Go up to there. Connect like so. On this side as well. Pull the road straight down. Roughly there. Right, flatten this out. And then connect you like so. Actually, I guess that works. Alright, that looks about right. Maybe a little too far out on this side. Just a little bit. And more like this, I guess. Again, an orthographic view would help with this a lot. Let's go with this, and that's fine. That's okay. We'll put some trees down, make the make the asymmetry disappear. It's fine. I know I obsess over this too much. I apologize. Let's take a look at some playgrounds. Where are we? Playgrounds, sports playgrounds. Not exactly what I meant. I meant like children's playgrounds, kindergarten. There we go. Can we fit some of the slimmer ones in here? I think so. Oh, yes. Excellent. Now, again, these things double as kindergartens, right? So, and they also take workers. So that's pretty good. All right, now before I place them down, though, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to, first of all, finish some of the work over here. We got a lot of footpaths. Run back over here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this. Get rid of all of this. Come on now. There we go. Get rid of you. Get rid of you as well. Because here we have the kindergarten and we have the school. Do I want to nudge anything over anywhere? Yeah, I think I do. I think I want the school. This is the kindergarten. I want the modded school. The big one. To be over here. Slightly over. That looks about right. Okay. You know what I should actually probably do is probably rotate it. So the footpaths are closer to where the students are going to be coming from. So do that kind of a thing. Then we can go ahead and get... Well, this can be connected like so. Oh, give me a straight connection here. Come on, man. You know you want to. I can instead do this kind of a thing. This kind of a thing, connect you over here, connect you over here. Alright. And then over here, that's way too far away compared to on this side. Oh, you know what? That's the problem here. That's the problem here. There we go. Maybe that works a bit better. And where's our footpath? So over here, roughly, give or take a entire section, but over here, roughly, pull you down, hook you up over here, and hook you up over here. Again, it's not perfectly lined up, like the building isn't symmetrical, so what are you going to do about that? But there we go, that gives us a connection across the board. Let's see if we can't get this looking good over here as well. There we go, and there we go, cool. I realize its shape might be a little... Once it's all interlocked, we'll be fine. But yeah, okay, so this is good. I like this. Got lots of housing, room for statues and things like that if necessary, I think, as well. We have room for playgrounds up front. We got the school, we got the kindergarten, room for more stuff on the sides, but we'll see about that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do here. I'm gonna go ahead... Oh, of course. Clone you. Oh man. See how this works. And pop you down. You on the other side here. Can I... That looks more kind of straight over here. One way to check as well is to do this. Is like use this to get the angle perfect. And then hit R for the 90-degree rotation. And that should be perpendicular to the road. Pop you down over here. Kind of flatten up top there. Oh, it's going to be like this, is it? It's going to be like this, is it? Alright, fair enough. It's okay. Flatten right from center. Go ahead and just pay for it. Use those rubles for something, right? That should do the trick. Getting the road down over here is going to be interesting. If even necessary. If even necessary. Get back to cloning over here. Good stuff. Yep. Make sure you're lined up over here. There we go. And R to rotate 90 degrees a step. Somewhere over here is where we want to place you. Flatten. What about that other building there? Oh, we got it. Yeah, okay, cool. Pop you down there. Pop you down there. Oh, there it is. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. The footpaths back there are a bit of a mess. I would expect it to actually force me to flatten it a bit more than that. That's kind of funny, actually. Not what I expected. Not the end of the world, though. Because flatten height from center, auto build. Thank you very much, game. Flatten away. And now we have something which we can clone relatively easily, it looks like. Let's flatten this a bit more. And I think we gotta back this up a bit more as well. It's really funny to me that the game actually let me do that. There we go. I was honestly expecting it to demand more flattening, but all good. All good, all good. Alright. Back to our footpaths here. Yeah, I don't remember the distance. I mean, okay, what we can do is we can demolish this whole thing. Trying to figure out like what would be faster. Get all this. Good thing we're an auto build, right? You, get rid of you. And now that I know how to like what angle my camera needs to be at to duplicate this and all, I'm not too worried about doing that again. And now that I know that I can place everything down there. I say that, but then I don't clone everything properly. There we go. Perfect, got you. Rotate until we're lined up over here. Right, perfect. Hit that R key, and then pop you right down over... That doesn't look right. Why does that not look right? We're not perfectly... You know what? It's about as good as it's going to get, I think. About as good as it's going to get. This might be slightly better. Fair enough. Go ahead and do that. Almost all there. Yeah, excellent. Sure. I guess I got to do it this way to get all the buildings in there. Pop you down. Right over. And wait a second for the game to register the click, maybe? Is that... Oh, you know what? Because of that building up there. We had this. A little bit of flattening in that corner there. And... boom. There we go. That looks more like it. Yeah, okay, excellent. Oh, okay, so that's that. Can I clone the other way around? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, good. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to get rid of all of this. We only have to do this, like, once. And then we're never going to have to do this again. Get rid of all of you. Well, until, you know, the next residential block area. Get rid of you. Get rid of all of you. Come on now. Quickly, before the sun escapes us. Get rid of you. Good, good, good. Good over here. Yeah, excellent, excellent, excellent. Excellent. And now I can clone, just because, you know how I said, like, the angle wasn't perfect earlier? This is how we can fix that. This is how we can fix that. There we go. No need to rotate you, apparently. And pop you down. The road on the left side. Not cooperating. Make sure we're lined up over here. That's about as good as it's going to get, it looks like. Okay. Pop you down over here, roughly. That road to the left side is just not wanting to work with me here. There's quite a bit of road in the middle as well, not wanting to work with me. Why is that? Alright, well, let's go ahead and flatten height from center. Gonna speed up time a little bit as well, so we have the sun rise a little bit sooner. And this flattening should do the trick for us. Hopefully. Hopefully. Back to cloning. There's the sun. Good stuff. Well, all of this. Oh, you know, I just realized our road on this side didn't come through. Pull you up that way. Be up there. Alright, cool. Back to cloning. Back to cloning. Get all of you picked up. Yeah, excellent. For some reason, it flips it automatically. Not sure why, but okay, I'll take it. Did it last time too, I still wasn't sure if it would do it again. There we go. For some reason, it works perfectly now. Pop you down right over there. Boom. Question mark? There it is. Wow. Alright, good stuff. Yeah, this road didn't copy over for some reason. Weird, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Not the end of the world. And it's close enough. Close enough. You know, I'm fine with this. It's close enough. Go ahead and get our road this side coming through. Hook you up like so. Get our footpath connected over here. I mean, like, this kind of stuff kills me, but like, kind of not the end of the world. Kind of. Go ahead and do this. One more step here. Here we go, and there. Footpath connection up over here. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, that does the trick. The road needs to continue on this way, of course. Of course, it doesn't want to stay straight. But can I do this instead? Of course I can. Flatten the road as well. Okay. Here we go. Connect you, connect you. Good enough, good enough. Connect you over here as well. And connect you over here. That didn't look like it connected like it should. Okay, okay. Connect you. There we go. Connect you and connect you. Alright, now these guys are going to start building all this, I think. Because we're connected now. I don't know if there's any construction offices nearby enough. What I could do to avoid that is just cut this off over here. We can connect it later. Yeah, there we go. Better. And confused vehicles for now as they can't reach their designated construction sites. I assume it's this huge construction office. Yeah. Get rid of the stuff for now, please, and thank you. Can't reach it, can't assign it. Good stuff. Can't, like, auto-assign it either. So we've got education on this side, education on this side. I think we need it. I think we need people to have the... What is going on here? Are you not able to... Oh, it's probably because this road isn't built. Actually, why is this one... This one's got the trolley bus markings on it. Can I just reassign it to this type? No, I can't. That's fantastic. Hook you up there. Hook you up there. Hook you up there. Cool. That means this side will have the same issue as well. Which one? This one, right? On this side? This one looks fine. I mean, it obviously isn't fine. We'll see which one it is, and we'll rework that afterwards when the construction is done, so we're not redoing the whole thing. Okay, so what I was thinking was, if this is how we're going to expand, go ahead and flatten height from center. Go ahead and lay all this flat here. I don't think it's too... Oh, you know, there is a bit of an elevation shift up there. Not the end of the world, though. And you can see how that plateauing happens the further along we go. Okay, fair enough. Good to know. So we're not going to repeat this too many times. And in fact, I don't think we'll even need to. I think once more might actually be enough. And then we'll have, you know, the smaller, maybe smaller housing up over there and around over here. Maybe we don't have to cross Colada before we do all that. Just a thought. Obviously, nothing set in stone yet. Just a thought. Go ahead and establish this road straight across. It's certainly not straight across. Most certainly not. That looks a bit better. There we go. And if we clone with auto build turned off, would I actually... Nah. Because the clone tool doesn't rotate with the camera, I can't go across and select both sides. But I can... They do this. Yep. And again, it automatically flips it on clone. Oh, now this is annoying. It wants to take the road all the way to the end. Alright, well, let's go ahead and disconnect the roads here then. And we'll reconnect them afterwards. Go ahead and clone. Up over here. Yeah, good stuff. Got everything. Yep. Go ahead and pop you down right over here. Gotta flatten a bit more. No problem, not a problem. There we go. Clone. Right over here. Over here. Flatten a little bit where necessary. Again, those buildings are going to be something else entirely at the back there anyway. For now. Should work. Just that little corner that might be problematic. Come on. Come on. There we go. One road there that's causing issues. Oh, come on now. I want to try and line this up, right? Go up there. Different set of roads and buildings causing us issues. This is what I don't understand. It's like, why'd you let me place this elsewhere but not here? This will help. Bit more flattening where that road was seeing red, so to speak. Clone. I mean, can I also just clone this area? I suppose I can. Right, keep it to just what I need. Pop you down over here, perhaps. Just over here. Like so. Sure. Boom. Go ahead and get rid of... Can I fix this road up? Yeah. Fix that as well. Alright, cool. Go ahead and fix this road up too. There we go. Now over here we can have like the shopping mall and stuff, for example. We also have like this area over here. It doesn't need to be dead space. We can go ahead and build... Where is our equipment for citizens? Shopping center. Go with a nice big one over here. We could establish it like so. Establish over here. We could... What I'm thinking is... If we put it down in the middle over here... We should be able to reach it, hopefully, from all the way over there. Let's try this. Let's try this. Because we need all of its, storage and stuff as well, right? So I put this down over, let's say, here. And go ahead and get a road that connects... What I'd like to do is have a curved road, but I don't think I can. If I do this over here... I need this to... Guess I could do that. And our footpath can connect on this side or something. Like that. Okay. Who can reach? We cannot tell for sure. Because why? Because these are not built. Alright, well, let's go ahead and... Go ahead and get rid of this. Put you down here, connect you over here. Then we should be able to see. Okay, see, they're not able to get all the way, but again, if the roads are upgraded, they might be able to reach. If we have more footpaths, they might be able to reach. If we have a footpath that goes right down the middle here and connects like so, and then you connect over here and you connect over here, then you might be able to reach. You will. These guys are left out to dry. We could have like a small shopping center over here, or they might be able to, drive over here, for example. Something to think about. Something to think about. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of these footpaths, though. Might want to do a bit more flattening here, or we kind of, smooth down to match the ground level, so to speak. I also want to check, of course, these will connect. They will. Again, we can't expect them to be straight. The game doesn't want to allow it. There's not much I can do about that. All right, so we're good over here. This one, why is this? What? Surely, oh, it's because this is not built yet. That's why. I was like, surely you can reach here, and it's because this isn't built yet, so fair enough. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Shopping mall. Alright. The shopping mall is going to need, of course, all of its, like I was saying, storage and all that. An entire warehouse over here. How do we, does the shopping center seriously only have, oh, you know, right, I know what it is, right. It's a road cargo station that I need. Road cargo station. Where are you? Here you are. Pop you down. Let's see. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Pop it down like over here. Let's say. No auto build or anything. We can get the warehouse that stores food, clothes, and electronics over here, let's say. Right? And we can get the meat storage over here. Like so. That allows us to get the road out over here, and over here. And then we can connect it back to like the main road area and whatnot, and food and stuff gets delivered down over here. Everything gets delivered over here. People come over here to pick it all up, and then we can also have, I mean, we can also put alcohol in here and have like a restaurant and bar and that kind of stuff over here. I mean, this is a huge bit of development going on, actually. This is a massive development. This is, you know, it rivals the scale of Uprising Grad just because it's not all, like, initial Uprising Grad's developments, just because it's not all high-rises of the same type, and it's not 15,000 people per block. That doesn't mean it's not the same, at the same scale here. We'll have to replicate this. Again, this is where the cloning stops, right? Because we can't just clone this and drop this off over here because we've got a whole mountain over here. I do wonder, do I want this to be kind of like a massive parking lot instead, rather than restaurants and stuff? And we could do restaurants and stuff on this side. I hope y'all can see. I know it's a little dark right now. But we can do restaurants and stuff on this side. And then a massive parking lot over here, like a set of parking lots over here, so that guests are coming to shop. Like they drive over. I love how this looks. The icons could not be there, but you know, like how it looks otherwise. But you drive over, you take the car down, park at the parking lot. You go, all right, I'm gonna walk over to the mall. Like, do passengers use cars? That's something I would like to know with certainty. Is like, does a passenger hop into a car and drive over to pick up food or what have you? That is something I would like to know with certainty. This is all looking pretty good, though. What is our population looking like? Obviously, we haven't really solved this problem just quite yet, right? So I understand why that number is still problematic. We do still have lots of people who we should be able to relocate as well. Trying to keep that education flowing while we're planning this extra extension over here. But yeah, sorry, my point being, I'm pretty excited for this development. It is a massive development for the next step of Uprising Grad and the nation as a whole. But this is also where we're going to actually call it a session. Look at this. It's a massive footprint. It's an interesting footprint as well. I mean, I'm very curious to see how it works out. I'm very curious to see if it works out, maybe is what I should say. But folks, if you enjoyed this session, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, and how I go about doing it, like I said before. And again, if you're interested, you might want to check out my Patreon or channel membership. Again, just ways to support the channel. Not an obligation at all. But yeah, all right. This is interesting. This is very interesting, and I really hope I'm not like turning a blind eye to something essential here. But if I am, I'm sure y'all will point it out to me. Now, next session we're gonna actually get this all going. There's no reason to wait any longer. Let's get all this construction going. I might pay for it all. We're at 93 million rubles. I might just pay for it all, or we might build it. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that. But see, if we let the people build this, if we let the construction offices build this, then while that is happening, I can concern myself with the stuff down over here. And if once war stock is all set up, this stuff is still not done, then I can rush the building. That's what I'm thinking right now. That's where my head's at. One more thing I want to do is over here, I actually want to make sure that we stop producing mechanical components. We're going to keep this up and running. This loader facility will deal with the remaining mechanical components. And then we will we'll make sure that steel is being used steel use is maximized up over here, where we are also seeing way too many mechanical components, which we are hopefully not able to store anywhere, are we? Well, we can use that to ship out from instead of where we're shipping out from right now. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed the session. Like I said before, y'all know what to do if you did. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time. Das Vidania.